So with pruritus, my experience with pruritus and itching is started actually when I was doing peritoneal dialysis, honestly, which is really funny because I think this condition is something that I've read about and seen that it usually is affecting people on hemodialysis. And interestingly enough, I'm now back on hemodialysis, and the itching is still there, but it's not nearly like it was when I had it when I was on peritoneal dialysis, which is very interesting. Just I just thought that was very just surprising. But my experience with it, like, I mean, it gets to that point where you're just like so digging deep. And then it was my legs, it was my arms, it was, I mean, there was not one part of my body that didn't receive, or I was kind of itching all the time and having dry skin, and it was on the bottom of my feet, it was on my upper back, my stomach, especially around the, when I had like PD catheter in, that was always itching a lot too, that area. Around my armpits. I mean, there was not anywhere that it happened that it effective.
My experience with pruritus began, I would say, probably around 2016. The way it feels to me, it's like pins and needles kind of inside my skin. Sometimes it'll start with just like a light physical touch, or maybe my clothing sometimes will rub against it when it's a sensitive day for some reason, and that will kind of ramp things up. And then I notice I will scratch the itch a little bit, and then the tingles get stronger, and then I'll scratch some more, and then it just never stops. It's been doing this, like I said, since 2016. I've been on dialysis, on hemodialysis, for 5.5 years, and on peritoneal dialysis, I did that for a year. I didn't experience this on PD, though. This has been something that for me has strictly been on hemodialysis. And it's like once the itching starts, you can't stop. You can't think of anything, you can't do anything, you can't hold a conversation. At least I can't. It's a fairly intense thing for me when it happens. And it doesn't happen all the time. It happens mostly in the nighttime while I'm sleeping for me. It happens when I'm doing dialysis, when I'm not doing dialysis. So it's really strange for me compared to other people I've spoken to about it.
It started when I was on dialysis, probably even maybe before a little bit. But it seemed like I didn't have that much problems with my second transplant, or my second go around of dialysis, I should say. I mean, I had a lot of other issues. I mean, you know, it's just not itching, it's many other things. But again, particularly, it was in my feet, the tops of my feet and my ankles. I couldn't, stand cold, or, I mean, the heat was really bad. I experienced it, it's very painful. And then, it still continues. It's not as bad as it was, but I still experience it.
My experience with pruritus has been an ongoing journey throughout my life with chronic kidney disease. It started in the very beginning when I was diagnosed with kidney disease. Before I even started dialysis, I would notice myself itching on my back especially, but all over my body. And I found that to be pretty puzzling. It took me some time to figure out what it was that was making me itch. And then when I finally went into dialysis, I learned that that was one of the symptoms of end-stage kidney disease. And that's when I was able to talk to my care team and try to find some type of resolution for this problem.